Do you all think of what you're doing as playing characters?
I mean, for me, my whole singing career started and for many years, it was me doing nothing but playing characters because I was so not confident in my vocals that I would just take on all these characters, pretend I was Mel Blanc, for lack of a better explanation, and and it wasn't until the early 2000s and doing the Oysterhead and working with Sean Lennon and whatnot that I actually became comfortable with my voice. But I still enjoy stepping into characters. It just makes it easier for me, and I think it's a better performance. And I've always been attracted to like a lot of country music and a lot of folk music that tells some sort of tale. You know, whether it's John Henry or Amos Moses. Those songs made me listen a little harder, and so I wrote these songs with these characters and subsequently became the characters because I didn't know.
You're still on stage even on this tour, like when you don the mask. Like I don't know if that's just being an entertainer or if that's still taking that moment to sort of step outside of yourself.
You know, the masks have just become such a staple over the years. It's like anything else. That's the wonderful thing about being able to go do any shows, whether it's the Santa or Primus shows or Frog Brigade shows, is to me it's like, I get to have Halloween multiple days a year, whether it's me putting on something or seeing people in the audience. You know, lately we've had all these bananas in the audience. I love it. You know, we've got all these bananas running around the audience, and I just think it's the greatest. It makes me happy and inspires me to do to step it up a notch, on stage. So
What is it the same for you, Maynard? Because when you talk about, your three bands, I don't, I for you, like it's the same thing. I wonder if it's character, but maybe also it's more of just being able to use a different voice.
It's a different voice, but it's also, as Les had said, it stems initially from an insecurity of just being able to, express yourself and having some kind of a something to hide behind a little bit while you're trying to figure out who the fuck you are on that stage. So then it just kind of becomes a thing you do because you end up finding that we're trying to work some shit out, as musicians or artists, but we're also up there to entertain. So I think it helps to put the costume on to remind myself I'm there to entertain and not just work through some weird daddy issues.